Leanne Melendez has more on the controversy of one community moving from one symbol of pride and unity to another. She's here with more on the new Progress flag, which is gaining popularity.
Since 1978, the rainbow flag has gallantly represented the LGBTQ+ community. But in recent years, transgender people and those in the Black and brown communities have embraced another symbol of their pride, the Progress flag.
I think there's a long history of certain segments of our community getting left behind or left out of the movement. Certainly we are not a community that is immune to discrimination. I mean, even in the Castro itself.
When Gilbert Baker created the rainbow flag in 1978, he called for a more inclusive society. Here's Baker interviewed in 2017, only weeks before he died.
Flags are about power. Flags say something. You put a rainbow flag on your windshield, you're saying something.
There are many people who want the rainbow flag to continue being the symbol of diversity and inclusivity and not the Progress flag. And as people look up, they are discovering that someone, sometime in the night, posted these flyers asking people to boycott the Progress flag because it has the colors of both the trans pride flag and the rainbow flag, and they claim someone is profiting from it.
That flag has been the Baker flag tradition for years and years, and to incorporate it into a new design outside of the community without the community's consent, I think is a little, how shall you say, daring.
The person who created the Progress flag is Portland-based Daniel Quasar. He told us, "The information is false and anything you need to know about the Progress flag and its use is clear and explicit on my website." Quasar sends the following information to anyone who wants to use his flag. Here's what he writes. If you are a small business, a queer-owned and or operated business, or an artist, in other words, you are not a large corporation, you do not need my permission for this, and I encourage you.
It's not something that is controversial. It's something that is meant to be inclusive and welcoming, and that is what the LGBTQ community is all about.
But some wonder how this latest debate will change the dialogue in this community.
Thought it was meant to bring the community together, not to tear us apart.
A recent celebrity sighting has a community buzzing about what a superstar left behind. A wallet belonging to Mr. William Shatner had to be overnighted back to Beverly Hills. Amanda Del Castilla has more.
The Fruit Barn on Pacheco Pass Highway in Gilroy has attracted customers from near and far for decades. But it's a recent stop by a famous celebrity that has Gary Tognetti with B&T Farms considering new decor.
I thought about putting a sign up, William Shatner was here.
We're beaming up.
The William Shatner, who happened to leave behind his wallet last Wednesday. When staff spotted it, Tognetti says his crew was too young to play Shatner. Tognetti showed up to work Thursday and saw the wallet. After his initial shock, texted a friend, Officer Mark Tarasco with the Gilroy Police Department.
Told him, hey, we found this wallet, and he wasn't quite sure if I was telling a little joke.
Then I went to an immediately phone call to Gary to try to figure out why Gary, of all people, has Mr. Shatner's wallet in his possession.
Then the race was on to connect with Captain Kirk, who we're told made a stop to purchase 4 baskets of chilled cherries and $2 worth of corn.
He paid for it prior to getting the corn, and I'm assuming he had his wallet in his pocket, in his shirt pocket.
The thought is he walked over to the corn bin, bent over to pick some items, and lost his wallet in the process.
It took 2 hours and some real teamwork to connect with Shatner's agent about the star's missing wallet. Officer Tarasco says celebrity status aside, the department made sure they did their due diligence.
We were vague about what we found, and we wanted to hear them correlate not just the wallet, but the contents as well.
Then this tweet by Shatner himself, thanking B&T Farms and Gilroy PD for returning his wallet, even mentioning Tognetti and Tarasco by name.
When you get to talk about something and laugh about it and pass on the experience, to other people, to include my family, my parents, big fans and all that, it's cool.
As Captain Kirk, Shatner said, there's no such thing as the unknown, only things temporarily hidden. And in this case, his wallet.
For the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's Matt Wolf.
Assemble.
Marvel Studios' next Avengers film has its director, Destin Daniel Cretton. Director of Marvel's hit Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, he'll helm Avengers: The Kang Dynasty. The first of 2 new Avengers films announced at Comic-Con. Look for that in 2025. Marvel Studios and ABC News are both owned by parent company Disney. Looking for Martin Scorsese's much-anticipated Killers of the Flower Moon on Apple TV Plus this year? Well, it's not coming until 2023. Possibly debuting at the Cannes Film Festival, it's the adaptation of the best-selling novel. It'll star Leonardo DiCaprio and Jesse Plemons. NBC's Peacock giving a straight-to-series order for the Gladiator Ancient Rome period piece For Those About to Die. Independence Day director Roland Emmerich will direct and executive produce. That goes into production next year. I keep messing up my love life. Usher signing on to executive produce Storyville, according to Variety. It's a new series about the birth of modern jazz set in New Orleans. Matt Wolf, ABC News.
Stay tuned for more coming up after this short break.